Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. First mantra, second valli, second chapter. Puramekadashatvaram ajasya vakrachetasaha anusthaya na shochate vimuktascha vimuchyate etat vaitat. Again, puramekadashatvaram ajasya vakrachetasaha anusthaya na shochati vimuktascha vimuchyate etadvaitat. We were seeing the second valli of the second chapter, and this first mantra starts with the Jivatma Swarupam. And in this mantra, what is the thing done? The body is separated from the Atma. And this body is mentioned as the Puram here. Puram means city, because Jivatma is the king of this city. Why this is mentioned as a city? Because this Jiv can come inside also, and it will go outside also. It is a temporary occupant of this body. This Jivatma is one temporary occupant of the body. Before I go ahead, there is a very important principle which you have to keep in your mind. What is the important principle? There is one rule called Sanghatasya Pararthatvat. Any composition, any assemblage. So, assemblage means made of many things, many components. So, any assemblage does not have utility for itself. Any assemblage does not have utility for itself. Like car is an assemblage. Car is made out of many parts. Many accessories are also there in the car. It has seat, it has steering wheel, it has brake, it has engine, it has bonnet, it has carrier. But the assemblage, no assemblage is for itself. Seat is not for itself. Bonnet is not for itself. So the assemblage or the components are not for itself. Then what for it is there? it has no utility for itself. Engine is not there because engine is useful to itself. What you want to say? I want to say anything made out of constituents is for someone other than the constituent. The assemblage of many things is made for something other than itself. Did you get my point? Assemblage, any assemblage, has many components. So first point is no part is for itself, and even the whole assemblage is not for itself. Like the house is there. House has many parts. It has windows, it has doors, it has refrigerator, no, not refrigerator, it has fan, it has light. But light is not for light, fan is not for fan, wall is not for wall. All these are not for itself. The components are for something other than any part of the component. The components or the assemblage is for someone other than the part of the component. Not got it? This big house is not for door. This is not for window. Only my house is for window. No, window is for somebody else. Only my house is for carpet. Carpet is not for carpet. Neither door is for door, window is for window. So the whole house is for someone other than the house and or for any component of the house. Whole house is neither for the house, neither it is for one component of the house. Only house is for ceiling. No, house is for fan. No, whole house has to be for someone other than the one component of the house, or whole house is for other than the whole house itself. This is a very, very important principle. I still get surprised when I read these Upanishads. How can they get all these points? Whether it is a car, whether it is a house, or whether it is any assemblage is there. Up see computer also, you see, hardware is there. It has lot of components in the computer. Or television is there, or mobile is there. It is all made of many components, many things are in it. If you have doubt, you throw it and you'll see how everything comes out. Earlier days, that Nokia mobile was there. We had to type SMS, you have to put many times. You keep on typing one portion. And if you miss one, so all had gone now. So that mobile, if it used to break in two parts. And the battery also used to come out. And every 2-3 portions were there. So, whose mobile was falling, he was in trouble, others were enjoying. So, anything which is made out, mobile was not for mobile. Mobile can't ring itself. Mobile cannot dial its number. So, this is called Sanghatasya Pararthatvat in Sanskrit. Well, I can't write that. You can hear later on. And if you write on the notes, please check with others before you confirm that, because then I have to correct it. So if you write something new, I have to check with the book or check with her, somebody, so that you can double check. Sanghatasya pararthatvat. Very significant point is that. Second point I'll tell you. This all parts of the components called constituents, they are inert. An assemblage is made of many inert parts. Like this table is there. This table is made out of inert parts. Because joining is possible in inert only. Okay. This is also second information. Third information. Second, no. Any part cannot be for the assembly, and the whole assembly also is not for the assembly. And third rule is that all these are inert. Why? Because Chetan cannot mix with anything. Consciousness cannot mix with anything. To mix with something, something should have a whole. Something should have some space to mix. That which does not have space, it can't mix. Very common example is, if water I drop on this cloth, will it mix with the cloth or not? If I pour the water on the cloth will mix with the water or not? Huh? No. But it will get wet. I get so serious question. No, this is not a serious question. If I pour the water in the space, you won't mix the space. You can't have wet space. Air may be humid, but not the space is not humid, because the space doesn't have part. Therefore, nothing will mix with the space. Therefore, anything with assemblage is there, all those things has to be inert. This is the rule number 3. Okay. Is it okay? Next important point. This assemblage is to be for someone other than itself. Car will be for someone other than the car. This assemblage has to be for someone other than itself. And that someone should not be inert. That someone for whom this whole assemblage is there, that cannot be inert. And therefore, that for whom the whole car is there, or whole assemblage is there, that has to be consciousness only. This is rule number 4, no? You can keep on noting. So this is for some Chetan. So all assemblage should be for someone other than the part. Like the house is for someone who is other than the house, and that person should not be inert. He should be conscious only. The for whom the car is there should not be inert. Car should be for someone who is conscious. Mobile should be for someone who is conscious. Mobile is not for another mobile. Okay. Radio is not for another radio. Radios cannot listen the radio. Nowadays robots are there. Robots. So robots, they shake hand also. Don't know. They shake hand and they say, "How are you?" They say like that. Especially in Dubai, etc. Dubai has all crazy things. So there The robots are in the big malls. They are moving. Don't shake hand, but then if something goes wrong in electronic, and you will get shock also. So, and it is very big. They keep on walking like that. And they have a typical, all these recorded sounds are there. Not that they are experiencing. They will talk like a very intelligent man. So they'll say, "How are you?" So you also say, "How are you?" "I'm fine." They will still talk like that. So you can ask, "Where am I?" They will say exactly, "You are in this place in the domain airport." And you can ask, "Okay, where is the terminal C?" "Terminal C, go left, right, between." In airport is not there. I've not seen in airport, but malls it is there. This robot is also for somebody else. They have battery fitted thing, and they have been made like that. Panel is there. They make panel on the face. Now this is the fourth principle. Now I'm going to apply this principle. Now don't say no. This body is also one assemblage. Body mind is also one big assemblage. It is made of many components. There are not lot, but 5 Gyanendriyas are there. 5 Karmendriya are there. 5 Pranas are there. Man Buddhi is there. Panch Mahabhut is there. There is quite a mixture is inside. Is assemblage. If one part is not working, lot of problem. If eyes are not working or hand is not working, then lot of problem. Now, if this body, mind, intellect, prana, they are all tucked together. They are all put together and very intelligent. Lot of things are inside also. Liver is there, heart is there, lungs are there, stomach is there, long intestines are there, small intestines are there, pancreas are there, kidney is there, many more things which I don't know. I have not studied medical, but many more things are all working, all are fit, properly fit. They are just fit. Among this assemblage, they are just fixed and they are working like that continuously. And if one organ is not okay, then you will be in trouble. A lot of veins are there. Now this whole body which is an assemblage should be for someone other than the body. And other than one part of the body, both the rules. That means whole body is not for leg. Whole body is not for lungs. Whole body should not be for any part of the body, or whole body should not be for the body. And all the parts of the body are inert. They are inert. You all know that. They have no light of their own. And therefore they should be for someone conscious. Whole bodies should be for somebody else who is not a part of the body. As per the rule. The body, mind, intellect should be for somebody who is not a part of the body. Is it okay? And the one who is not a part of the body should be not inert. And for whom this whole body is there, he is called King's King. What king? King. King Atma or King Jivatma you can call. तो जीव के लिए है. And therefore when the jeev goes away, this body also won't exist. Body also will start decaying. As long as jeev is there, body is well held. Although it is decaying, but very slowly. But if the Jeev goes away, this body will decay with supersonic speed. Exponentially, it will just decay. You have to dispose of very fast, or we have to keep in, what is it called? Huh? Huh? What is the place? Mortuary. Mortuary. It's a AC room. Huh? Freezer. Freezer. Or if it is all, then they do balming and all these things. Balming of the body. They put a balm on the whole body. Supposing body has to travel, so it has to be embalmed to not to stop the decaying process, but to make it slower slightly. Huh? What traveling? Otherwise, it's not allowed. Not a vichitra body. As much as we want to see the live body, so much we dread to see the dead body. As much live body is a source of joy, and bharya bibyati tasmin kaya. Shankaracharya doesn't despair. He said even the wife is afraid of the husband's body. So this body should have one Chetan who is other than the component of the body. And that particular Jeev or consciousness should not be a part of the body. I hope you are understanding. I can only explain it, and you have to understand by thinking about it. It should not be a part of the body. Who? That consciousness, that Jivatma here should not be, and that has to be consciousness also. Nature of that consciousness is mentioned in this particular word. So that means body is different, consciousness is different. Yes. Inert body is different. I told you we are temporary occupant. We leave this body and take another body. Mansam si jirnani yatha vihaya navani granhati naruparani tatha vihaya sharirani jirnani anyani sanyati navani dehi. So this body will be left, another body has to be taken. This body is now useless. No, it is still young. He was only 20. Useless for giving fruit of action. That fruit is over in this body. He has to go to another body to experience new fruits. This body's work is over. Fruit was only for 20 years of this body. Okay, so this body, this principle, don't please forget. If this principle is forgotten, it will be a problem. And therefore, one day I had said one point. Only every day you are saying so many points. No. See, it is said this hand is there and the light is there. This hand and light. This light is not part, product or property of the hand. Similarly, the mixing of the components has not created consciousness, which medical science may say. Medical science is not able to think that how the consciousness can be different than the body. They say when the components meet, then there is consciousness is born. They are not clear about it. But the problem is that the part which is different than the part of the assemblage should not be inert. Because if it is inert, it will become a part of the assemblage only. And therefore, that one for whom the whole body is there should be consciousness only. Remember, 5 points were there. That consciousness is not part, product or property of matter or a body or mind. Second was, anybody? 5 points were. Second was, no, without seeing. Second was, no, consciousness is independent entity. Not dependent. This light, not that hand goes, light also will go. And a third was consciousness is not limited by the body. So, what we said, the body is there has to be consciousness which is different than the body and any part of the body. So, consciousness is not a part, product, and property of the body. Consciousness is independent. Consciousness is not limited by the body. Like this light is not limited by the hand. Light may appear because light is very close to the hand. Therefore, it may appear, but it is not like that. Now, sometimes you have a table lamp. That example may be better. The table lamp has a shade in this. The shade. Although the shade, the light that is there along with the shade, it appears to have taken the shape of the shade. If the shape is round like this, so there is round light around that. If the shade is vertical like this, so it appears that the light is taken the shape of that. But actually speaking, the light has not taken the shape of the shade. It is appearing as if it has taken the shape. So, and that light is not because of the shade. When shade is not there, then also light will be there. So it is not that because of the mixing of the inert thing, consciousness has come out, as medical science may say. They don't see anything. Because, you know the cause, because inert thing cannot bring out the consciousness. Because if inert thing had brought out the consciousness, then effect will have the quality of the cause. And therefore the I should also feel that I am inert, I don't know anything. But to say that I don't know anything, you should be there. You should knowing that. So therefore, Puram Ekadashadvaram. So there is one Pur, not Pur. Pur Ekadashadvaram. And what are the light is there? Ajasram. Ajasram, what was the meaning of? Ajasya avakra chetasa. It is not a crooked light. Crooked means it is not a reflected light. The light in the eyes is straight or crooked? Crooked. Very good. You are getting it. Why? Because the light of the consciousness had hit the mind first. After hitting the mind, it has hit the sense organ second. Then it is coming out as Netra Jyoti. Therefore, it is crooked light. Crooked not in a bad sense. Crooked means reflected light, you can say. Reflected light. Got it, point? It is reflected from many mediums. Okay. So this light is not medium light, with medium, which consciousness. Therefore, it is avakra chetasaha. It is of the nature of consciousness. Consciousness is not a reflected light. Like the light from the moon is a reflected light. The light that you see on the earth is a reflected light. The light through which I am seeing you is a reflected light. The light has hit you, and after that it is coming to me. So your shape is made in my eyes or retina. It is reflected light. All lights are reflected light. But the light of the consciousness is not reflected light. Why? Because it doesn't depend on medium. Well, if it depends on medium, what will happen? If it depends on medium, then in Samadhi where no medium is there, you won't experience this. It will be dependent on something. And anything which is dependent on something is false. And therefore, and it is ajasya. Ajasya means unborn. Unborn. Already I told, consciousness cannot be born. Why? Why consciousness cannot be born? Seer has to. One more reason. From inert it will be born, and from inert consciousness cannot be born. But I don't know. We are working all the time with reflected light. This is a problem. This is the problem. Problem is you are all the time working with reflected light. And when the mind is not okay, reflected light is not okay. When the mind is unhappy, reflected light is unhappy, and you see, I am unhappy. Actually, you are not the reflected light, you are the original light, but you don't feel like that. You feel, I am unhappy. Arey, reflected light is unhappy, not you are unhappy. But I feel I am unhappy. I am identified with the light with the medium and not the mediumless light. I am always identified with the mediumized light. Getting my point? You say, no, nowadays, earlier he was very good with me. Now somebody has said something and he is not behaving me properly. Somebody has poisoned his ears. Earlier he was very good with me. He was so lovely, I cannot tell you. We were both very close friends. What has happened now? Now he is not the same. I think between him and me some medium has come. Somebody has said something. He has a jaundiced vision about me now. देखो कैसा लगेगा. We don't know ourselves alone. We are seeing ourselves with this broker called mind. The broker is there. Broker. When Nelson Mandela was in the jail, so Winnie Mandela used to go and meet him. They would have certain times to meet, and there has to be some kind of glass or something. But there always was one policeman standing. They couldn't talk heart to heart. So there was 1 person, 2 person were standing and listening everything what you are talking about. So it will never be a heart to heart talk. Similarly, we have a mind. And this Ausi along with mind is called RC. And as the mind, so am I. My mind was angry. Arey, let the mind be angry. Why are you angry? Why don't you separate this matter? What? Why don't you separate? What? Separate what? Separate RC with OC. Mind is angry. Why are you angry? Well, it is so unnatural to think like mind is angry, I am not angry. It is so unnatural what you are saying. No, what is unnatural for you, that is the truth also. And what is natural is false for you. Don't worry about natural and unnatural. To become angry is natural for you, but it is not right to be angry. So what is natural may not be true. Okay, keep quiet. So why don't you separate what? Angry thought and angry I. Why RM is becoming RC immediately? Why don't you see that while anger thought is there, you are different from that also. Sadness is a thought. Why I become sad? Why you mix the I with that? We are mixing I with that. And this is called here as Anushtaya.